Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. This time, we're stepping into a world of pure sweetness, the confectionery industry.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, it is. It is. But we're not just indulging our sweet tooth today. We're going behind the scenes to uncover the secrets to landing a job as a confectioner.
That's right. We're talking about how to absolutely ace that interview.
And to help us on this journey, we've got two incredible guides from RoleCatcher, a career guide and an interview guide, both packed with insights specifically for aspiring confectioners.
Now imagine this. You're prepping for this interview, feeling those pre-interview jitters, and we're here as your personal coaches, giving you the inside scoop.
I love that.
Yeah.
So first things first, let's talk about something pretty cool that RoleCatcher brings to the table. AI.
Yes, their AI-powered platform is a game changer. It actually analyzes job descriptions, scores your resume, and even suggests improvements, all tailored to the specific role you're after.
So it's like having a personalized coach whispering in your ear, hey, tweak this, highlight that. It's like AI career magic.
Exactly. And this is crucial because AI is being used more and more in recruitment, often acting as a filter before a human even sees your application.
Makes sense. So you got to make sure you're speaking the AI language.
Right, precisely.
Yeah.
Now that we've got the AI landscape covered, let's map out the confectioner's career path.
Yeah.
Understand the journey.
Makes sense. Where do you even begin?
Well, RoleCatcher's career guide breaks it down into stages, starting with entry level, where you're assisting with production, learning the ropes. Then you move to junior confectioner, where you're creating independently, and maybe even doing some training of others.
You're like the cool older sibling showing the younger one how to make the perfect ganache.
Exactly. Then comes senior confectioner, where you're leading a team, optimizing processes, and really taking ownership. And finally, you reach the peak confectionery manager, overseeing everything and driving the business forward.
So it's like climbing a delicious mountain of sugary skills, each level more challenging and rewarding than the last.
I like that analogy. Now, seeing this progression helps you understand where you fit in right now and what skills to emphasize for the level you're aiming for.
Okay, so if you're going for that junior confectioner role, you really want to highlight any experience you have with independent creation or training.
Right. Absolutely. Now, are you ready for the really exciting part?
Oh, I'm always ready for the exciting part. Spill it.
Let's dive into those interview questions, the heart of this deep dive.
Yes. This is where things get real. We've pulled 6 common questions from RoleCatcher's massive repository, and we're going to break them down one by one.
Are you ready to get into the minds of those interviewers?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, let's start with a mid-level question, one you might encounter if you've got some experience under your belt. The question is, can you describe your experience working with different types of confectionery?
Okay, on the surface, it seems pretty straightforward, but what are they really trying to assess here? What's the hidden message?
Good question. They're gauging your depth of knowledge and breadth of experience. They want to know, are you comfortable with various techniques and ingredients? Have you worked with specialized types of confectionery?
So it's not just about listing off everything you've ever made. It's about showcasing your mastery.
Right, exactly. It's about painting a picture of your confectionery journey.
Okay, listeners, put yourselves in the hot seat.
Yeah.
How would you approach this question? What kind of examples would you share to really wow those interviewers?
Well, think about the specific types of confectionery you've mastered. Maybe you're a chocolate whiz or a pastry pro, or you've got mad skills with sugar work.
Ooh, sugar work. That's impressive.
It is. Talk about the challenges and rewards of each type. Highlight any unique or specialized experience you have. Maybe you've even invented your own signature dessert.
Now, that would definitely grab their attention. Now, imagine this. You've nailed that first part, and then they hit you with a follow-up question. What's the most challenging type of confectionery you've worked with, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
Ooh, good one. Be ready to share a specific anecdote that demonstrates your problem-solving skills and your resilience. That never say die attitude.
Because in the world of confectionery, sometimes things go wrong. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about how you handle those sticky situations.
All right, let's move on to the next question. This one's geared towards senior level roles, those aspiring to lead the confectionery pack. Can you explain your process for creating new confectionery products?
This is where you get to showcase your creativity and your innovation. But remember, the interviewer wants to see a structured approach, not just random bursts of inspiration.
So walk us through it. How would you explain your creative process?
Start with your sources of inspiration. Do you draw from nature art, maybe even music? Then talk about your research methods, how you experiment with flavors and textures, your testing and refining process, all of that.
Because sometimes you got to try a recipe a dozen times before it's perfect.
Right. Oh, yeah. And don't forget to mention any experience you have with cost analysis or scaling recipes for production. This shows you're thinking beyond just the deliciousness. You're thinking about the business side of things.
Okay. You've impressed them with your process, but then they throw a curveball. Can you give me an example of a new confectionery product you developed and the impact it had on your previous employer? Be ready to showcase those wins.
Always tie your skills to tangible results. Did your new creation boost sales or attract new customers? Quantify your achievements whenever possible.
Numbers speak louder than words.
Yeah.
Sometime, anyway. All right, let's shift gears to a question that's becoming increasingly important in today's world. Can you describe your experience working with special dietary needs, such as gluten-free or sugar-free confectionery?
This is a big one. You need to show that you can adapt and cater to a diverse customer base, meet those special needs without compromising on quality or taste.
Because everyone deserves a delicious treat, regardless of their dietary restrictions.
Absolutely. So how would you answer this one, listeners?
Yeah. Have you worked with gluten-free flours or sugar substitutes? What kind of challenges have you faced and how did you overcome them?
Share specific recipes you've developed or highlight your willingness to research and experiment to find solutions. That's key.
Now imagine this. They're really digging your approach to dietary restrictions, and they follow up with, a customer requests a vegan sugar-free birthday cake. How would you approach this? Think on your feet. Showcase that creative problem solving.
It's all about adaptability and showing that you're up for the challenge.
Okay, let's tackle a question that's all about leadership. Can you describe your experience managing a team of confectioners? This one's aimed at those senior level positions where you're not just creating, you're leading others.
Right. What are they really looking for here?
They want to know if you can inspire, motivate, and guide a team.
Exactly. Can you delegate, effectively provide constructive feedback, handle conflicts gracefully? These are all essential leadership skills.
Okay, listeners, think back to your experiences leading teams, even if it's outside the kitchen. How do you approach leadership? What are your strengths?
Share how you foster a positive work environment. Talk about your communication style, how you build trust and resolve conflicts.
And be ready for that follow-up question, like, tell me about a time you had to deal with a team conflict. How did you approach it and what was the outcome? Prepare concrete examples that showcase your leadership skills in action. Stories that demonstrate your abilities.
All right, let's move on to another mid-level question. This one really tests your problem-solving abilities. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a problem with a confectionery product?
Oh, this is where things can get messy, literally. What's the key message to convey when answering this?
You want to demonstrate your analytical thinking, your ability to stay calm under pressure, and your resourcefulness.
So like when that cake stubbornly refuses to rise, or the candy turns out grainy instead of smooth.
Exactly. It's all about identifying the root cause of a problem, not just treating the symptoms.
Listeners, think back to those kitchen disasters. How did you diagnose and fix the problem? What did you learn from it?
And don't be afraid to talk about mistakes. What matters is how you learn from them and apply those lessons to prevent future mishaps.
That's a great point. Now imagine this follow-up. What systems or procedures do you have in place to ensure quality control and consistency? They want to know that you're proactive, not just reactive.
Exactly. It's about having those preventative measures in place.
Okay, ready for our final question for this part of the deep dive. Bring it on. All right, here it is. Can you describe your experience working with different types of equipment in a confectionery kitchen?
Another seemingly straightforward question. So what's the hidden message here?
It's about demonstrating your familiarity with specialized equipment, your understanding of safety procedures, and your ability to troubleshoot technical issues. It goes beyond just knowing how to turn on the oven.
Okay, listeners, take a mental inventory of your confectionery toolkit.
Oh.
What are your go-to pieces of equipment? What specialized tools have you mastered? Showcase your comfort level with a range of equipment, from those basic mixers to those fancy chocolate tempering machines.
Ooh, fancy. And be ready for a curveball, like describe a time a piece of equipment malfunctioned. How did you handle it? They want to see those technical chops in action.
That's a great way to wrap up this section.
Now, before we move on, let's not forget about RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, right. Their AI can actually help you tailor your answers and get feedback specific to the job you're after.
It's like having a virtual interview coach in your pocket.
Yeah.
helping you fine-tune those responses and build confidence.
Exactly.
Amazing. Now, let's take a moment to let all of this sink in before we move on to other aspects of preparing for your confectionery interview. Okay, so we've just tackled some seriously tough interview questions. But, prepping for a confectioner interview, it goes beyond just nailing those responses.
You're absolutely right. Let's shift gears a little bit, explore some insights from RoleCatcher's career guide that can really give you an edge in this competitive field.
Okay, so we're talking about more than just mastering recipes,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. The confectionery industry, it's constantly evolving, new trends, new techniques.
So how do aspiring confectioners stay ahead of the curve?
Well, the career guide has some great suggestions. They highlight the importance of continuous learning, attending workshops and conferences.
Ooh, I love that. Imagine being surrounded by industry experts learning cutting-edge techniques.
Right. Networking with potential employers.
Yeah, and for those of us who prefer to learn at our own pace, what about online resources?
Oh, absolutely. RoleCatcher emphasizes those too. Online courses, tutorials, they cover everything from chocolate tempering to sugar artistry.
It's incredible how accessible knowledge has become these days.
Right.
It really is.
Yep, so
So we've got formal education, self-directed learning. What other tips does RoleCatcher offer for building a strong confectionery career?
what else is in their secret recipe for success?
They highlight the importance of a professional portfolio. Think of it as a visual resume showcasing your artistry, your craftsmanship.
Oh, I love that idea. It's like a delicious Instagram feed, but specifically for potential employers.
Yeah.
Exactly. High quality photos of your creations, detailed descriptions of the techniques you used, any awards or recognition you've received.
It's your chance to let your work shine beyond just the taste, right?
Precisely. Now, what about online platforms like LinkedIn?
Ooh, yeah, good point. LinkedIn for confectioners. How does that work?
Well, RoleCatcher really stresses the importance of a strong online presence. Platforms like LinkedIn allow you to connect with industry professionals, share your work, even find job opportunities.
It's all about building your brand as a confectioner.
Exactly. Okay, so we've covered continuous learning, portfolio building, online presence. Anything else we should consider?
Is there a secret ingredient we're missing?
Certifications.
Ah, certifications, right?
Right.
Like earning badges of honor in the confectionery world.
Exactly. They demonstrate a commitment to professional standards and can really boost your credibility. While they're not always required, they can definitely give you an edge.
So, which certifications does RoleCatcher recommend?
They specifically mention the Certified Confectioner certification, the CC, and the Food Handler certification.
Oh, right. Those are pretty standard. And don't forget those specialized certifications, in areas like chocolate work or cake decorating. Those can really set you apart.
Absolutely. Now, as we wrap up this section on career building tips, what's the key takeaway for our listeners?
What's the most important thing for them to remember?
It's about being proactive, investing in your professional development, continuous learning, a strong portfolio, relevant certifications. Those are the key ingredients for a successful confectionery career.
Now, before we move on to our final segment, let's circle back to RoleCatcher's AI for a moment.
Oh, yes. Their AI is incredible. It doesn't just analyze job descriptions and score your resume. It also provides personalized feedback on your interview answers.
Wait, really? So it's like having a virtual interview coach right there in your pocket.
Exactly. You can practice your answers to those tough questions and get instant feedback on your clarity, your relevance, your overall impact.
It's like having a secret weapon in your interview arsenal.
Exactly. And that kind of personalized support can make a huge difference.
It takes the guesswork out of interview prep. Helps you present your best self.
Precisely.
Now, for our final segment, we'll be exploring some last-minute tips and resources to help you really ace that confectioner interview. So stay tuned.
Okay, aspiring confectionals, we're back for the final sprinkle of wisdom in our deep dive into landing that dream confectioner job.
We've explored career paths, dissected those interview questions, even delved into professional development.
Yeah.
Building those skills.
But before we send you off to conquer that interview, let's talk about those last-minute preparations, the things that can really make all the difference.
Because preparation, it's key. Knowledge is power.
It's like that saying, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail, and we definitely don't want any confectionery fails here.
Exactly. So, first and foremost, take the time to research the company you're interviewing with,
Do your homework. Exactly. Understand their products, their values, their target market. This shows genuine interest and initiative.
It's like arriving at a dinner party with a thoughtful gift. You put in the effort, and it makes a great first impression.
Now let's talk about practice. Remember those practice interview questions we went over? Don't just read them, rehearse them out loud.
Yeah, get comfortable with those answers.
Exactly. Either in front of a mirror or with a friend. Get used to saying those words out loud.
It's like rehearsing for a play. The more you practice, the smoother your performance will be on opening night.
Speaking of performance, let's talk about presentation. While your skills are the star of the show, don't underestimate the importance of professional attire and a positive demeanor.
Dress to impress,
Mm.
but maybe skip the powdered sugar dusting.
Haha, indeed. Choose an outfit that's professional and comfortable. And don't forget to smile. Make eye contact, project enthusiasm. These small details, they can make a big impact.
It's all about that confectionery charisma. Now, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to emphasize one crucial ingredient in any successful job search: confidence. Believe in yourself, showcase your passion, and let your confectionery brilliance shine through.
Remember, this is your chance to combine your love for confectionery with your professional aspirations.
Absolutely.
Let your enthusiasm and knowledge guide you. And don't forget, RoleCatcher is an invaluable resource throughout this journey.
They've got your back.
Their AI-powered platform can help you tailor your application, practice those interview responses, and get that personalized feedback. It's like having a dedicated team of confectionery career coaches in your corner, cheering you on every step of the way.
We hope this deep dive has equipped you with the knowledge, the inspiration, and the tools to land that dream confectioner job. Go out there and create some magic.